Hello everybody, this is Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts plus you. And tonight I'm going to the next plague. I did some changes on this one last night so that the animals looked a little more like animals, and I got those weird lines out. These are sheep. There are black-faced sheep, and that's why I made them that way, so that you could tell they were sheep. But the Egyptians, because of the Pharaoh not letting the Israelites go, all of their animals died. And it did mention that they had some sheep. Although they had told the Israelites that they don't like shepherds. But all of the Egyptians' animals died. But none of the Hebrews did. And part of this is an irrigation, so this will grow grass, but it's also because they were good at irrigation. But it also designates that line between the Hebrews and the Egyptians. And the Egyptians really looked down on the Hebrew people. I want to remind you of a couple things. I'm going to finish this. I have noticed that the numbers have dwindled and gone up. Subscribers go up. Views go up. Time goes down. Or stays the same. Viewing time. So I don't know what's going on. A lot of times I don't see very many views, and then 2 or 3 days later I get the views. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, at least to get through this particular one. But I think I showed you this earlier. Now if you remember, all of the Egyptians' animals died in the last plague. And plague is sometimes an uncertain term when it comes to Exodus. I don't know. Well, they are called plagues. So, yeah, they are called plagues. But it's more of not everything's a sickness, I guess is what I'm getting at. The animals just dropped dead because they'd been told Pharaoh had been told that if he did not let the Israelite people go, then his animals would just all die. All the Egyptian animals would die, but none of the Hebrews' animals. So the end of that day or the next day, I can't remember. Anyway, after all the Egyptian animals did die, Pharaoh was curious, and he sent his men or whatever to go over and check out and see if the Hebrews' animals were really still alive, or if this was some kind of a weird thing that happened. Well, no, they're alive. And this one's more curious to me, number 6, because then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Take handfuls of soot from a furnace and have Moses toss it into the air in the presence of Pharaoh. It will become fine dust over the whole land of Egypt, and festering boils will break out on men and animals throughout the land." So they took the soot from the furnace, and the rest is as God said it would be. Now, we just lost all their livestock. So what animals? Don't read a specific timeline into the Bible unless it gives you a specific timeline. Like there was one of those plagues where it definitely indicated that this other one was a week later. Either Egypt did some trading and got more animals, or, well, they would have had to have done that anyway, but it would take time to build a herd back up again. But this comes down on the people again. One thing I didn't see said in there, I didn't see it say anywhere in there that they were to tell Pharaoh this was going to happen. He's been told enough. Hold on a minute. I do that. I'm sorry. I turn the camera off to do something, and I forget to turn it back on. But what I did do was, well, first I drew things out where I wanted to place them, and then I painted all this background stuff. This is the grassy land for the cattle and stuff. Now I put these little face shapes on there. But this time I gave them a little bit more color to their hands and stuff, so that it just distinguishes them more. I just put a touch more red in them. Okay. There's Moses. And I was working on Aaron. He's just kind of... The thing is, God sent both of them, but there's nothing said in there about them speaking to Pharaoh. Nothing at all. I always do Pharaoh in blue. It's more of a royal color. And they all did wear robes back then. Because I did remember that verse that says it's as the precious oils going down on the beard, even Aaron's beard, and down upon the hem of his robe. So that tells me something. They wore robes. Okay, now this furnace, oh, I always get too much. Those things, when they pour, they really pour. Sometimes I think I need to go and start getting me some... I got this stuff, these paints, for doing my sculptures, but I've been using them for everything. Okay, this furnace. It's a little more like a furnace now. Anyway, it's full of soot. Okay. Get their little beards here. Doesn't take much, just 10 bits there. I'm not bothering with eyes and stuff because it's more just that there's figures there. Okay, well, let's get the animals in there. Doesn't look like a leg. Kind of a shovel head cow. They're a little barrel-like, but... Sorry. I joined your legs together. Okay. Let's do a horse. They're more suede. And their horses, their noses are more. Well, they're not like that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. He's got a long snout, this horse. I am not going to try to make them perfect. But that is not what I wanted looking for. Just let me get him. He's an awfully fat horse. Okay. A goat. A goatio. No, this is going to have to be another cow. It does not look like a horse. It looks like a cow. So, we'll go with cows. The big thing is it's going to happen. All right. When the Lord said for them to go out, for Moses and Aaron to go out, who did he instruct to throw the soot? Moses. Okay, I'm not going to do too much because I still want you to be able to see what's there. But it falls like a fine dust. And then what happens is even more it is red. After that, what happens is even more problematic. Pharaoh breaks out in boils. All of the people, all of the Egyptians break out in these boils. Boils are, what they are is they're actually, for most of us, this is kind of an epidemic for but even the animals, they break out in boils. That's what these little red spots are supposed to be. It's hard to make them look any smaller than the tip of a toothpick. But yeah, all the Hebrews, now look, Moses and Aaron, they're not even touched by this plague. They don't have any boils. But the rest of Egypt, all of Egypt, on their animals and on their persons, do. They go through this thing with the boils, and even after it's cleared up, Pharaoh will not let the Israelites go. He is, well, part of the thing is that God has hardened his heart. Okay, I don't know exactly what it means, what it says, God hardened his heart, other than that God didn't try to persuade him. That because they worshipped idols and they were treating the Hebrew people very badly. So the heart was already hard toward the Israelites. And Egypt's already had a habit of looking down on anybody who wasn't as advanced as they were. And since the Israelite nation, well, the Israelite people became a nation of people inside Egypt. They kind of considered that they owned them. They did. They made them into slaves. Did any of you watch last night when I painted that peony, my pretty pink peony? I was so happy with that. It made me know I can still do things that come easier to me, like flowers and birds. So, well, I did that horse, didn't I? See that horse over there? I did him. But he was on a big canvas too. Well, we will see you tomorrow. Please take care of yourselves. I love you. Smile and wave at somebody and make their day. And I will, like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.